आपकी होस्ट अलका और आप देख रहे हैं नेक्स्ट नाइन न्यूज। और नेक्स्ट नाइन न्यूज में मैं आप सभी के लिए लेकर आई हूं शो फ्यूचर बॉलीवुड। आज फ्यूचर बॉलीवुड में हम बात करने वाले हैं बॉलीवुड की स्टार डॉटर आराध्या बच्चन के बारे में। यूं तो अगर स्टार किड्स के बारे में बात की जाए तो आज जितने ही सेलिब्रिटी फेमस है उससे लगभग कई ज्यादा स्टार्स डॉटर या स्टार सन फेमस है। स्टार किड्स की बात करें तो अपना ही एक अलग उनका स्टारडम बन चुका है। फिर चाहे वो तैमूर अली खान हो, आराध्या बच्चन हो, जानवी कपूर हो, खुशी कपूर हो, सुहाना खान हो, लगभग हर एक स्टार किड अपने लेवल पे फेमस हो रहा है। वहीं बात करें तो भाई अब जाहिर सी बात है बी टाउन इंडस्ट्री के स्टार किड है तो इनके बॉलीवुड डेब्यू को लेकर तमाम तरह की खबर बनती रहती है। तो ऐसे में अभिषेक बच्चन पहुंचे थे जागरण सिनेमा समिट 2018 में। जी हाँ, इस दौरान अभिषेक बच्चन से आराध्या के डेब्यू को लेकर सवाल किया गया, फिल्मी डेब्यू को लेकर। इस दौरान अभिषेक बच्चन ने क्या कहा और साथ ही साथ आप सभी को बताएंगे कि फिल्मों से लेकर वो क्या क्या बातें शेयर करते हुए नजर आए और बेटी आराध्या के डेब्यू पर अभिषेक ने क्या बात कही।
Aaradhya, she's 6 years old.
Several years back when I met Anil Kapoor on the sets of his film, I just casually asked him, Anil, तेरी बेटी अभी कभी हीरोइन बनेगी? She was just a kid of 8-9 years. And he said, यार मैं अभी हीरो हूँ, let me be Chakas, hero for a long time.
Yeah.
Why think of my daughter coming in films? So what is your take on Aaradhya getting into films as an actress?
Aaradhya,
Aaradhya.
she's 6 years old. As far as Aishwarya and I are concerned, be it tomorrow, 20 years down the line, or whenever, whatever she decides, we have decided as parents that we will support her no matter what, because that's what our parents did for us as well. I still remember when I told my parents I wanted to be an actor, and they were very supportive. I think as a parent, you want the best for your child. As a parent, you want your child to be happy and healthy. That's the most important. What she decides to do is completely her choice. We will never ever weigh down onto her to say, this is what we expect you to do. She will do whatever she wants to do, and we'll be proud of her regardless of what she becomes.
Hello, Abhishek.
Hi.
Hi. Now, first of all, congratulations on Manmarzia. It's a beautiful film.
Thank you very much.
Now that we have watched the film, I want you to help us understand Robbie. One of the things that stayed with me after the film was the fact that this guy is okay with being someone's backup, a second choice, or a fallback option. I want to understand, how did you crack that psyche?
He's not okay being a backup. Robbie's process is, he's in love with her, and his love for her outweighs any other love. And he's convinced that my love will prove its weightage to Rumi. So he's not happy being a backup. He's okay entering the scenario as an option, that he says. But he's very convinced that I will win her over. These are the slight nuances of Robbie that Anurag and I worked very hard on. That's what made him interesting to me. You know, it made him layered. He was multidimensional. He was aggressive in his own way. He was bullheaded in his own way. But above that, he was just so in love with this lady that he said, I will win her over. And he does. So that's what the approach was.
Do you get that a lot, Abhishek?
What?
In terms of explaining that particular character, in terms of what he intended to do? Have you?
Well, this is the first time
This is the first time?
First
Okay.
time I got the opportunity to speak about it.
Okay, but you've been hearing that?
Yes, I've
Okay.
been hearing that. And I'm glad I'm hearing it, because that means what we attempted to do has kind of translated to the audiences that have seen the film.
Right.
We were very conscious when we were making the film that it's very easy to label Robbie as the boring one, because he's the good guy. And sadly, good guys are labeled as boring. Shockingly, after the film release, which is now just about a week, I've had more men come up to me and say thank you than women. And traditionally, you think that, you know, he's designed as the knight in shining armor. He's the good guy, you know. Somewhere women will say, oh, I wish my boyfriend or husband could be like this. But it's actually men that have come and said, thank you, you know. You've given us confidence that...
Because they are like that.
Yeah,
right.
we don't need to be this rebel bad guy and treat people badly and say no all the time. And so actually, I was surprised by that. I mean, I somewhere expected women to react to Robbie, but the way the men have, has been an eye-opener for me.
Have you had other characters in the past where people have questioned, like for instance, if you might want to jog your memory, like in Kank, right? A lot of people did not understand what are the problem in that relationship. You seem to be a perfectly fine guy. She seemed to be a perfectly fine girl. You guys seem to be perfectly fine together. What was wrong with you that she had to?
So this is one of the questions I asked Karan.
Okay.
And he said, that's why I'm making the film. I want to show the perfect husband. Rishi is the perfect husband. He's madly in love with Maya. He's a great guy. He's fun. He's successful. He's independent, everything. She just doesn't love him. He says, you know, a lot of times in life, we are in a relationship where you realize that, okay, the formalcy is there, but she's just not in love with him. She's always been like a friend to him. And she didn't have any other choice, so she's like, okay, let's get married. But that was the thing. And I said, but why? He said, there's no why. That's just the way
complex,
it is.
Right?
Yeah, that's just the way it is, which is similar to Manmarzia, where there was a scene which actually got edited, where my mother asks me that, why do you love Rumi? I mean, what do you see in her? And he says, why do I need to see something in her? I just love her. It's an emotion. How can I quantify an emotion? Why do I need to justify an emotion? And why do I need to tell you why I love this girl? You know, which I thought was such a nice message to give, especially today's generation. Why does somebody else get to sit on judgment for what you feel? Nobody else should have that power over you to tell you that the person you love is right or wrong. And I like that. So, you know, in terms of Kank, it was just, sadly, you know, she likes him. She just doesn't love him.
Right, right.
Abhishek, hi. This is Priyanka. Towards your left.
Hi.
Hi, this is Priyanka from Indian Express. Abhishek, just wanted to know your reaction to the controversy around Manmarzia, the 3 scenes that the Sikh community had a problem with. And makers went ahead and requested CBFC to delete those scenes. And apparently, Anurag was also not informed about the decision. So as an actor who's part of the film, how do you react to that?
I think each individual is allowed to react the way they have and they want to. It's their personal opinion. For me, it's not a big deal because, see, what is your film about? My film isn't about anybody smoking. I have no problem cutting that out. If somebody's taken objection to it and they are feeling that the intention of the film or the makers is not to upset anybody, not to upset any community. We're not here to ruffle any feathers. We just want to make a nice love story. That's what the film is about. If by cutting out 1 or 2 shots, it's going to placate somebody and make them feel better, I have no problems doing that. And I say this very sincerely. I really don't have an issue with it. Everybody's allowed to react the way they want. It's a free country. But for me, look, if me cutting out 3 shots, which is not impacting my narrative, makes you happy, by all means. Because my intention isn't to upset you. My intention isn't to start a controversy. And my intention is not to upset you. It's as simple as that. I'm very clear of these things. And that's it. It's been removed and it's fine.
Does it not set a wrong precedent, though? Because if any group is going to have any issue with any scene and that CBFC's passed the film.
It depends what the issue is, Mayank. All right? How do I give you a good example? Okay. My view is very different. I'm looking at it as entirety. Ask yourself 2 questions. Why and who is objecting? What is the purpose behind that objection? If that is genuine, then you should look upon it genuinely. Because as somebody who's part of a film, as a filmmaker, you make movies for an audience. So if your audience, even if one member has an issue with something, you need to first ascertain, is that a genuine issue? If it is genuine, you need to address it. I'm making a movie for them, not for myself. And if they have a problem, then I need to understand why. If I'm convinced with that, the next thing you need to ask yourself is, who's the loser here? Who stands to lose? In a situation like we are in right now, I'll tell you who stands to lose. The exhibitor stands to lose. I, as an actor, have done my job. I've been paid. The producer has sold his film to a studio. The studio has there on end sold the film to a distributor who has then sold it to an exhibitor. If there is, for example, an objection or a protest, there's going to be a cinema hall that's going to be vandalized. There are going to be shows of an exhibitor that are going to be cancelled. That person is going to lose money. You want to stand today and say, okay, how can you do this? This is a bad precedent. Please underwrite all the losses that the people down the chain are going to face. I'll stand by you. You have to, that's my industry as well. I've got to think about them. And like I said, what is the issue? You have an objection to 1 or 2 shots. Is that going to change your story? No. Take it out. It's fine. Yes, if it's something that's changing the narrative or the reason why I made that film, then I can sit and debate that and try and counter that.
So you're saying you won't take the same position on Udta Punjab, for instance?
No. I understand why they would want to say what they wanted to say in Udta Punjab. This is just 3 very basic shots. It's not a big deal. Why is that worth more than what my exhibitor, which is part of my family, extended family, is going to have to face losses for? No, it's not. I'm not going to sit on that ego. I feel very strongly about these things. This is my industry as well.
Sure. I mean, we could
like
debate this
the
forever.
first thing you have to ask is, what is the reason why they've taken objection? All right? They've objected to 1 or 2 small shots. If you remove that, it's not going to change your film. It's not. Also, you have to understand that this is an issue that has happened. If it happened before the release, it's something I can understand. We can sit down and debate it and discuss it. This has happened after the release. Get on with it. Your film is not changing. If it's something that's going to change my film, then I have the right as a democratic citizen of this country to debate with you and to reason with you as to why you feel the way you do and I feel the way I do. And it's my job then to convince you. Something as small and trivial as this, I think it's absolutely fine.
Sure. Next question.
तो देखा आप सभी ने कि भाई अभिषेक बच्चन का कहना है कि अभी सिर्फ आराध्या 6 साल की है, उनके डेब्यू को लेकर क्या बातें करना। और साथ ही साथ अभिषेक बच्चन ने भाई कहा कि जब आराध्या बड़ी होंगी तो ये अपना उनका खुद का डिसीजन होगा। जी हाँ, ऐसे कई स्टार पेरेंट्स सामने आ चुके हैं बी टाउन इंडस्ट्री में, जहां उन्होंने ये बात कही है, अगर उनके बच्चे बड़े होते हैं तो ये उनका अपना डिसीजन होगा कि आखिरकार वो आगे चल के अपना फ्यूचर कौन सी फील्ड में बनाना चाहते हैं, या चाहे वो बॉलीवुड इंडस्ट्री फील्ड हो या ना हो। आप सभी को बता दें, तमाम तरह की जो खबर आती रहती है स्टार किड्स को लेकर, उनके डेब्यू को लेकर, जहां जानवी कपूर डेब्यू कर चुकी हैं, तो भाई अब लाइन में जहां सुहाना खान, खुशी कपूर ये सब लगी थी, तो लग रहा है अब उनसे भी छोटे स्टार किड्स तैमूर और आराध्या, जी हाँ, इन सब को लेकर खबर बनती रहती है कि कब डेब्यू करेंगे और उनके डेब्यू को लेकर खबरें आती रहती हैं। तो ऐसे में जो हमारे स्टार पेरेंट्स हैं वो बिल्कुल अपना सही और सटीक जवाब देते हुए नजर आते हैं। तो ये था आज का हमारा प्रोग्राम, जिसमें हमने बात की अभिषेक बच्चन और उनकी स्टार डॉटर आराध्या बच्चन के बारे में। कल फिर लेकर आऊंगी एक खास प्रोग्राम। फिलहाल के लिए दीजिए इजाजत। नमस्कार।